Sensitive iPhone supplier details were part of last week's data leak. SCOTUS restricted use of geofence warrants. And Tidal is not banning AI music, but it won't pay people who upload it. It's Tuesday, June 30th, and here's a quick look at some of the news happening in and around tech this morning from Engadget. On top of leaks around its next smartphone generation, Apple has had sensitive details about its manufacturing processes revealed. Reuters reported that the documents posted on the dark web allegedly show information about both components and their suppliers for the iPhone 18 Pro. The leak included specifics on hundreds of parts, such as chips on the main circuit board and elements of the smartphone's battery and cameras. Now, last week, Apple Insider first reported on the cyber attack, which took more than 630 gigabytes of data from India-based Tata Electronics. Fellow clients Tesla and Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company also had documents in the leak, but much of the information seems to center on Apple. Tata has risen to become one of Apple's most prominent suppliers outside of China. Apple told Reuters that it is working on long-term security measures with Tata and that it is investigating this incident. The company has typically kept quiet about the specifics of its supplier relationships, and having these details exposed could put Apple on the back foot in terms of any future negotiations with its partners, particularly as it increases prices for many products in the wake of RAM shortages. Apple is expected to announce the iPhone 18 Pro, along with the iPhone 18 Pro Max, and possibly its first foldable smartphone this fall. The U.S. Supreme Court just issued a ruling that limits geofence searches by law enforcement agencies, which could have major ramifications for privacy rights across the country. Now, for the uninitiated, this is a relatively recent law enforcement technique in which police tap into the databases of tech companies to see who was near the scene of a crime. In the 6-3 ruling, the country's top court said that an individual has a reasonable expectation of privacy in his cell phone location information. Justice Elena Kagan said that geofence warrants violate the Fourth Amendment's prohibition against unreasonable searches. Moving forward, law enforcement will have to obtain an actual search warrant to force a tech company into handing over geofence location data. Search warrants require probable cause, which geofence warrants do not. The case that led to this decision involves a robbery in Virginia, according to a report by NPR. A man stole $195,000 from a bank, and the case went cold until detectives served Google with a geofence warrant. They obtained location information of cell phone users near the bank for the hour before and after the crime was committed. Google pushed back in a way, providing the police with just 3 of the 19 people tagged as being near the bank. However, one of those 3 ended up being the culprit. Okello Shatri confessed, but his attorneys argued in filings that geofence searches violate the Fourth Amendment, as they allow government entities to search first and develop suspicions later. In this particular instance, the geofence search mandated that Google pour through the data of millions of users. In other words, these people were searched without having done anything suspicious. As for the government, it argued in its filings that location data is not constitutionally protected on the grounds that people choose to hand it over by failing to disable system-wide geo-tracking services and background app tracking on phones. Tidal revealed its sweeping policy on AI-generated music that details exactly how the music streaming service will handle this growing phenomenon. Tidal said on its website that it would demonetize any music that's identified as 100% AI-generated. Tidal is still allowing tracks made with AI on its platform, but will slap a tag on anything that's 100% AI-generated so its users are aware. The policy reads, Tidal's priority is ensuring royalties go to original works directly produced, written, and performed by people. We will therefore not knowingly attribute royalties to music we identify as wholly AI-generated. In the future, Tidal said that it would attach the AI-generated tag to anything that is substantially AI-generated once AI detection tools get better. For now, Tidal said that it would hold AI content on its platform to a higher standard of content integrity. More specifically, Tidal said that any AI-generated music that exploits an individual's or group's music, name, or likeness, deceives listeners, or diminishes the quality of their service would not be tolerated, along with any fraudulent activity like suspicious streaming or upload activity. According to Tidal's posts on X, this new policy will go into effect on July 15th. Tidal's latest decision is similar to one of its competitors, who also demonetizes streams of AI-made tracks. Earlier this year, Deezer put out a report that AI-generated songs made up almost half of daily uploads. However, the French streaming platform said it only allows a small percentage of AI-generated music on its platform, with a majority of these streams being demonetized. Even streaming giant Spotify has employed its own way to address the wave of AI-generated music, introducing a verified by Spotify badge that is not eligible for AI-generated music or personas. Thanks for listening. There's more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Anna Washenko, Lawrence Bonk, and Jackson Chan. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with more tech news from Engadget.